Donald Trump cannot take 100% credit for the booming economy yet. Now, let me explain why. So during the entire campaign, Trump loved to trash the economy. You know, he's saying, this country is dying at 1% GDP growth. We're going to make America great again. You know, this economy sucks. Our jobs are being shipped to Mexico, China, and Vietnam, and, you know, all this crap, you know. And then, you know, Trump wins the election, and then once he gets inaugurated, suddenly he now says, oh, the economy is doing great. The stock market exchange is at an all-time high. And it's like, bruh, 3 months ago you were saying that the economy was in ruins. And, you know, the stock market does not get at an all-time high just because of a new president. Like, that's what a lot of the Republicans that love to glorify Trump for the 4% GDP growth need to realize. The economy that a newly elected president inherits is the economy of the president before. You know how Jimmy Carter inherited Ford's economy and it was kind of crap? And then Reagan inherited Jimmy Carter's economy, which was absolute crap. You know, George H.W. Bush inherited Reagan's economy, which was kind of decent. You know, Clinton inherited Bush's economy and it was in ruins. You know, W. Bush inherits Bill Clinton's economy. It's a surplus, and, you know, the economy's booming for like a year or so. And then Obama inherits W. Bush's economy and it's freaking in ruins, and he spends all this money to get us out of a recession. And then Trump inherits Obama's economy. 4% GDP growth. You know, of course he's going to get political points for this, and this is one of the reasons why he's going to win in 2020, but here's the facts, okay? He can't take credit. He can't take all the credit for the 4% GDP growth and the lowest black unemployment rate in history, because he's barely gotten anything done. And no, don't give me the typical, oh, he's done more than Obama in 8 years. Don't give me that crap. Obama had to spend massive amounts of money to get us out of the recession caused by the same policies that Trump is now using in his presidency. And no, it wasn't just W. Bush, it was also Clinton. He repealed the Glass-Steagall and was a corporate frick. And yeah. And, you know, and what Republicans, these right-wingers, need to also realize is that a business is not going to relocate back to the United States just because Trump is elected. Or because the corporate tax rate is lower. That's not what happens. Why would here's simply why. Why would a corporation sacrifice all the money and profit they could have gotten in developing countries like Asia or China and all these Middle Eastern countries where they're built, these corporations shipping jobs overseas? Why would they sacrifice all the profit they made to go back to the United States, because they're not going to get that much profit. It's not going to be that big of a return. And there comes a lot more into play to creating jobs than just taxes. That's another thing Republicans have trouble realizing. You need to make sure that the middle and lower class has good infrastructure, good health, and they have money to increase their spending power that makes companies create jobs because more demand for products makes more jobs to create those products to sell. You know, that's what Republicans also need to realize. I mean, no, not conservatives like right-wingers like Trump himself and a lot of his supporters. You know? And that's simply not what Trump's doing. He increases military spending that's really unnecessary by $300 to $400 billion frickin' dollars already, and when he should have invested that in the people to create a lot of jobs, which he's not doing because he lied to everyone and he's actually a Wall Street neocon piece of crap. And I also like how Trump campaigned and got a lot of political points for being against elitism, the millionaires and billionaires and the corporations that were controlling our elections. But then when he gets elected, he freaking does the same thing and he puts freaking Steve Mnuchin and Gary Cohn and all these other millionaires and billionaire elitists in his cabinet. And he's laughing inside. He's just like, oh, I just bullshitted all of you guys. yeah. Let me ask you this. Do you guys literally think an elitist billionaire knows what it's like to be a middle and lower class person? Especially Trump. He was born with a golden spoon in his freaking mouth. He's never had to put his life on the line. He dodged... For frick's sakes, you guys love to say that, oh, Trump is the best military commander everywhere. Yeah, I also like how he puts on that green military vest, and I love how the liberals claim his hypocrisy. They're just like, oh, look at Donald up there. He's wearing that military jacket pretending he's a war hero, yet he dodged drafts like 5 times in his entire life because he's a puss. He's never had to put his life on the line. That's something he's never had to do. And I got a little off topic. I just realized that. I was talking about the economy. So yeah. And what a lot of people are going to see in the next few years is what Trump's tax cuts will do. Most corporations pay little to no taxes. And in fact, a study shows that corporations in America pay an average of 14%. That's less than the 15% that Trump is proposing, and way less than the 20% that's in place right now. It's common sense. Why would you... And instead, Trump could have closed the carried interest loophole, number 1. He could have closed the capital gains loophole, number 2. All these different loopholes, but no, he doesn't do it because he's a puppet himself. Yeah, he's a billionaire, but the elimination of the estate tax alone is going to it's going to save Trump billions of dollars in taxes. It's going to save Steve Mnuchin and Gary Cohn hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes. It's going to increase our national debt like it did with Reagan. It's going to blow up our deficit. It's going to make investments lack here at home, which we should be doing, because the middle class is the drivers of our economy, not massive corporations who just hoard wealth, like Amazon, for example, and entitlements are going to be cut, and that's not a good thing. Cutting Social Security for the people that have worked so hard to get that check over their lives. So yeah. So for the 4% GDP growth, you all can thank Obama for that, not Trump. Most of Trump's policies, economic policies, still have not taken place yet, taken full effect yet. When they do, crap is going to go down. The rich will get richer, the poor will get poorer, poverty will increase, wealth inequality will intensify, the military-industrial complex is going to get more powerful than it ever has been in history when Eisenhower warned us. It's a dark path that we're on right now, guys. And no, I'm not saying that Hillary would have been any better. Hillary would have been probably the same thing. She would have put elitists in her cabinet too, and she would have bankrupted the middle class. Ugh. I'm actually hoping that Trump does get impeached so that Pence can run, because Pence actually knows how to do crap, not Trump. You know, in 2024 or 2020, if Pence doesn't want to run, I seriously hope a moderate Republican or an Eisenhower Republican, like Rand Paul, for example, would run against, like, a Democrat like Steve Bullock. That would be a dream election. Like, that would be a pretty hard election, too. Like, a Democrat who has the white working class appeal and all that against a libertarian who has the appeal of the Constitution. And I'm almost out of battery, so I'll continue this video later. Goodbye for now.